Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the best power forwards in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. Here on this tier list, we got 41, I think, of the best power forwards in the game to go through and rank in this video. And before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. Sorry, 50,000 subscriber mark on the channel. We just hit 40K today as I record this video just a little bit ago. So I really appreciate all of y'all's support. And now we are on the grind to 50K. So I'm sure I'll be saying that one for a while. I doubt we hit 50K by the end of 2K25, but maybe sometime until 2K26 we'll be able to get there. Either way, really appreciate all y'all's support this year. Would really appreciate it if y'all continue to subscribe, continue to watch, continue to support. I mean, y'all have made my dream come true being able to do this, so really appreciate all the support. But with that being said, without further ado, let's get into the video. Let's talk about these power forwards. Let's start with Joel Embiid, who at this point is probably towards the bottom half of these cards realistically, if not right in the middle realistically at best. I think he's good. There are cards on here that he is better than for sure. There are also cards on here that he is noticeably significantly worse than. He is a solid card. He's going to be good defensively, hit an open shot, does almost nothing off the dribble, but he's going to defend pretty well and he's going to make open shots. And I think that gives him enough to probably at least be a B tier. Y'all hear squeaking in the background, by the way? Archer's currently on the bed right here, and he's playing with his chew toy, so that's all that is, in case you hear that. But Shaq is obviously S. He's one of the 2 or 3 best power forwards in the game. An absolutely incredible invincible card with perfect sigs, 7'1", 325 pounds. I mean, he's absolutely cracked. Shaq is one of the best cards in the game for sure. Amari Stoudemire, I think, is honestly going to go D tier because the jumper isn't great, and on top of that, he doesn't have elite level size, nor does he have top tier truly stats and badges at this very point in the year, in my opinion. Do I think he's completely and utterly unusable? Probably not. He's probably, you know what? Let's think. Are there 5 guys on this list worse than him? The answer to that question is honestly probably no. So I think he's going D tier. There you go. I think he's in the bottom 5. Dirk Nowitzki. I think Dirk is low A, realistically. He's not a spectacular card, but he is good enough to not be B tier. I think his jumper could be a little bit better, but it is a lot improved. Movement could also be a bit better, but he's 7'1". He's got the 99 stats and badges, and the jumper is significantly improved from what his jumper typically is. So that helps him be A tier. I think Kevin Love is C tier. I don't think he's quite D, but he's not far off of it whatsoever. The only reason he's not D is because the animations are awesome. He's 6'8" though, and it's kind of hard to say a guy who's 6'8" isn't a bottom tier power forward at this point in the year. His animations are pretty awesome though, so I think I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and go C tier for now for K Love. Tim Duncan, I don't believe is S tier anymore, and that's not a huge knock on Tim Duncan. That's just a testament to how many good power forwards we have, and honestly, I'm putting this as a pretty small list, so I think that's also a contributing factor. That being said, I do think, well, you know what? I think we will put Tim Duncan still S tier for now anyway. We'll see. If we have too many S tier guys, maybe he gets moved down, but his SIGs are pretty much perfect. He has an awesome release. He's an amazing card. He just happens to not be incredibly, insanely tall. Moses Malone is also C tier. He's worse than Embiid. He's just not quite that big for a guy who's not really all that incredible and off the dribble guy or incredible shot maker. He's a fine card, but he's absolutely not spectacular at all. I think C tier is his right spot. Zion, D tier. This is one of the worst cards on this list without a doubt. He's not that good. Bol, C tier. I don't care that he's 7'3". His jumper's mid this year. He doesn't move that well. He feels small. Well, okay, he doesn't feel small. But for a Bol card, he doesn't feel like he's insanely impactful defensively. He's not a atrociously awful card. Some people probably put him B tier because of his height, and I get it, but I just don't like him personally. Patrick Ewing. Ewing is probably B tier. Despite the fact that he's not a good 100 overall, I actually think he's an okay card because he is 7 foot. He's got the perfect stats and badges. Everything except for the jumper is good. I'll give him B tier. The jumper's not that unbelievably atrociously bad, to be totally honest. Miles Turner, is he really better than Bol? Probably not. I think he's also got to go C tier. 6'11", really nice, decent jumper, good defender, quality card, but probably not any higher than C tier at this point. Wilt is going to get an S tier spot. I think Wilt is probably a little better than Timmy, to be totally honest. Wilt is a 7'1", 8-foot wingspan, really big, really versatile, really good power forward option here in my team. And his jumper is really good, especially with his changed shot as well. He is a great card, and I think he is an easy S tier option in this game. Pau Gasol is D tier. His jumper is atrocious. I cannot stand this card. I think he is stinky. Not a fan of Pau Gasol cards in my team, and certainly not a fan of that one. And I'm also putting DeMarcus Cousins in D tier. He doesn't move that well. He moves okay. His jumper, though, is so bad, and he's only 6'10". I think he stinks. Like, that card is noticeably worse than Patrick Ewing to me. DeMarcus Cousins, not a fan. I think he's D tier. Ben Wallace, the only 6'9" power forward in the game that I will have above C tier. He's just spectacular in terms of his animations, especially his jumper. He's got real movement. One of the best shots of any power forward in the game, and he's absolutely also pretty much got perfect defense and everything as well. I mean, he is a really good card, and I think he's a pretty easy B tier, in all honesty. I'd rather have him than AD. AD is C tier to me. Well, AD is he better than Ewing? Maybe Ewing's also C tier to me. Maybe I just have a lot of C tiers on this list. I'd rather run Embiid and Ben Wallace over AD and yeah, I'm doing it. AD's jumper's not that good. He's also only 6'10". He's got Curry escape, which is nice, but otherwise his SIGs really aren't that good. I think he's probably C tier. He's just not that good, and I think that means I got to move Ewing down too. Because Jaren's a B tier. Jaren's not quite good enough to be A tier, but he's better than the C tier guys. His jumper's super smooth, super easy. Yes, the stats and bad as AD and Ewing are pretty similar to Jaren's. In fact, they're going to be better, obviously, but I just like Jaren's release more, and I think he's going to have a little bit more. No, this is so tough. I'm leaving Ewing in C and I'm moving AD to B, because AD's not a C tier card. He's got the Curry escape. His jumper's not atrocious. I'll put him B tier. I just keep having to change things, but I think this is accurate. Dino Raja, I am not trolling. I'd rather use him than Patrick Ewing. He is big player build, really good finisher, really good jump shot as well, which is a huge plus for Dino. One of the best things about the card is that I really do like his shot quite a lot. So I think he's B tier. Andrea Bargnani is another guy who's not A tier, but also not C tier. He's probably another B, honestly. 7-footer with a good jump shot, solid defender, good card, high B probably. I don't think he's A though, realistically. And then you have Wemby, who's obviously S tier. He's too good for A tier. So we might not have that many A tiers on this list, but I'm sure we got ourselves a few coming up here. Wemby's the best power forward in the game though. Come on, his invincible is absolutely broken. The fact he can play power forward in the first place is probably an unnecessary thing in this game. I don't think we really need Wemby to be this great. Alex Sarr, same level as the rest of them. B tier. Not a bad card. Not unbelievable at this point. He's not A tier. Now, 100 overall Chet is A tier. Dark Matter Chet, who's not on this list, would be B tier. But 100 overall Chet, I think, is A tier. I think he's very, very good. I think his jumper is a little bit of an issue, but otherwise, he's a spectacular card. Şengün, another legitimately solid card who I think Şengün is B tier. I like him. I like his jumper. I think he's pretty good. He's not bad defensively. He's pretty solid, well-rounded card. Not bad at all. Unpopular opinion of the video, KP is not S tier. We have too many S tier cards on this list. And I'm looking at the rest of the names. There are still a couple guys left on this list that are absolutely better than KP. 3 of them to be exact. That gives us 7 S tiers. I think that's more than enough already. In fact, I might move Tim Duncan down still, depending on how big the A tier is, if that's an equalizer. But I think KP's worse than Tim Duncan. I think he's worse than the Wilts and the Shaq and the Wimbys and the guys like that. As great as he is as a 7-2 card with 99 stats across the board, his jumper's not that spectacular. It is good, but it's not that insane. And his movement is not spectacular at all. He's just tall with amazing stats and bats. That's really what he is. Brad Miller, very solid card, B tier. I don't think he's quite A, but he's not far off it. He's another really solid dark matter power forward. Definitely a good card. Andre Drummond, C tier. Jumper's not, I mean, his base is really good. The upper's not spectacular. He's not a bad card, but I do think he's a C tier guy at this point. D-Rob, he's better than Embiid. I'm gonna have to move a couple of these guys down, aren't I? We'll see. I'm going to leave it as is now for now. I think D-Rob's B tier as well, though, in all honesty. I might be moving some guys down to even out this list, because everybody left looks like a B tier card to me, too. Dwight, though, actually looks like a C tier card to me. Francis size up and Garland dribble style is nice, but his jumper is not it at all. Not a fan of Dwight's jumper. Really kills what is otherwise a really good card, but the jumper is bad. Jumper for Marc Gasol is really good, but he's probably towards the lower half, 6'11". 87 speed, I think, isn't, or 86, whatever it is not spectacular at this point. Doesn't do literally anything off the dribble, really. I think he's probably closer to C tier. And if I move some guys down to C tier, he's probably going to be one of them. Mike, and I'll give A tier. 6'10 with Curry escape and an absolutely spectacular jumper. Maybe 6'11. 6'10, 6'11. I don't know. He's like a worse Tim Duncan. Doesn't move quite as good, but he's got a great jumper and he's got some pretty good SIGs. I think he's A tier though. He's pretty good. I'd take him over the B tier guys. Kareem, I would also take over the B tier guys. I think he's higher level than any of these dark matters we've talked about, really. Being 7'2 with 96 speed and a capable shooter, but just absolutely dominant on the interior, as well as incredible defensive ability and athleticism. And he can stretch the floor a bit as well. I think he's A tier. I actually think he's really good. Willis Reed, speaking of A tier, also really solid. Low A, but not bad. Probably the lowest card in A tier, but 6'10 with a nice jumper. Kind of similar to Mikan. Great shot, nice solid animations, really great stats and badges. Like a better version of AD, basically. Sigma's really good, but I don't think he's A tier. His jumper's amazing. He's one of the best cards in B tier for sure, but I don't think I would give him A tier personally. I'm looking at this list. I think a couple of these guys might have to get moved down, but I don't know, man. It's tough. Embiid is A tier, 7-footer. He's not as good as the Wilt Shaq group, but he is pretty close to the KP group. I think he's in this next A tier category for sure. Definitely very solid, definitely better than the B tiers, but also not unbelievable. Gobert, yet another B tier. Amazing defender, super switchable, but just not a great shot maker. But everything else is really good. He doesn't have great shot creation either, but he's a very valuable card still because of his size and his defense, and he can hit a wide open three and stuff. I think he's also B tier. Dikembe is S tier. I don't care that he's a dark matter. He is an S tier power forward, and I will not apologize for that. This is one of the best cards in the game. He's the best dark matter card in the game. I love Dikembe Mutombo. Chris Bosh, yet another A tier. I think we got enough A tiers at this point. Bosh looking good in that A tier spot. I think he's also a no-brainer A tier for sure. I'm gonna have to move some of these guys down, aren't I? You know what? I'm changing things up. We're gonna be strict. We're gonna be strict. Putting all y'all in D tier. We're moving Şengün to B, C. We're moving. He's top of C, but we're still moving to C. Dino top of C. Marc Gasol top of C. Anthony Davis top of C. This looks more even. I like this. Made some changes. I think this is a little bit more how I like it, to be honest. Obviously, Kareem is probably the best. Him or Wemby, either one. They're both insanely amazing cards. Go Kareem is a S tier. One of the best couple cards in the game. Just insanely expensive, but also insanely good. DeAndre Ayton fits in with the rest of the B tiers. A solid 7-foot power forward who's got great stats and badges. His animations are kind of eh. That's true with some of these other cards as well, like Gobert. Jumper is just kind of weird with Ayton, but I like him otherwise. I think he's a good card. It's not a horrific jumper. Shaq is S tier, has to be. I mean, obviously, even his 100 overall has to be S tier still to me. 7'1" with an amazing jumper and Garland dribble style, and Shaq's animations as well in his player build. I think that's also an S tier. And then Hakeem, final card on the list, is going to give us another B tier card. Is there anybody in B tier that I actually feel like deserves to be moved down to C tier, or deserve to be moved up to A tier? Because I kind of want to even it out just a little bit with this extra spot here. But you know what? I don't think there is. I think this is pretty accurate. I think this is how I'm going to leave this list for today's video. Y'all might not agree with everything, but I did my best. I promise y'all that. And I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.